Ningothuki xa nisenibambisama. Yo. Come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. We're gonna watch Mike Ski, like I said. That brother has been cooking, bro. I don't know who he is because he never shows his face, but I know his content is just gas.
Generations was once the most beloved soap opera in South Africa. At its peak, the show had more than 8 million households tuning in daily, crafting an experience that kept South Africans hooked to their screens and deeply invested in the outcomes of storylines.
Boy, this is without a question, bruh. Funini, no one was missing an episode of Generations. No one was missing an episode of Generations. Back in the day, if you're missing an episode of Generations, you are worse than scum. You shouldn't be in this country. You're not South African. You're not black, first of all. Let's start there. You don't understand what this meant back in the day, bro. But anyways, let's watch Mike Ski, what he's got to say.
Behind the scenes, things weren't as they seemed on TV. And in an expose, the cast recalled many instances of labor exploitation just to meet filming demands.
This was like Days of Our Lives. Or like, what else do you Americans watch? Scandal, The Fixer. You know, this was like The Fixer, man. This shit was unbelievable.
Discharge Helen Joseph, it was a Thursday. On Friday, I told the call sheet that I'm working on Monday.
Damn.
Despite working full-time, actors were never truly
but that's how it is. Believe me, I know. I might not look like it.
treated like employees.
We don't even have a bonus. But they get bonuses at the end of the year. Bonuses on what? On target.
You worried about a bonus? Imagine you are someone who's trying to be a technical member of the cast or the crew. Sorry, like Sambi, sound engineer or sound recordist on set. Obviously, they're not gonna give you that. They're not gonna give you that job off the boat. I mean, look at you, bruh. You don't even look 35. Like, you don't look anywhere near 30. Yeah, you a kid in their eyes, bro. So what they do is, okay, not all of them, obviously, but like most of them, what they do is they put you there as like someone who's gonna shadow the person. Whether that person has the degree or not does not matter. It doesn't matter. That person has been there longer than you. They know how it rolls, which is valid. I'm not gonna lie, but don't ever think that role is gonna change, twin. Forget about it. Forget about it. There will not be a salary increase. There won't be no bonuses. Fuck you talking about? Who do you think you are? Mnganyoko. Who do you think you are? You think you're better than us? You're gonna get a bonus and I'm not gonna get a bonus? It was tough out here, twin.
Who reaches those targets? Us, with the hours that we work.
But obviously, this is kind of shocking though, because it's Generations, the biggest show in the country. So you're expecting a little bit more of, a difference, nyana. How?
Revealed actors were signed on 3 to 6 month contracts, not afforded royalties, and not even given medical aid. This spilled out into a major dispute when the owner of the show publicly condemned the cast for striking for better contracts.
Ask them, you, Patrick Shy, how much are you being paid by MMSV? You, Menzi, exactly. You say you are being paid peanuts? Tell me, how much are you being paid?
How much was it?
A veil was lifted into the many injustices on Generations sets. However, the expose ended in an unjust dismissal of actors, which rocked the show.
No, we are not going.
Yeah, and you can't do that. You're killing the whole story. Are you mad?
To watch. I'm speaking on behalf of South African people. We are not going to watch.
Most vowed never to watch it again, as fan favorites were sacked and decade-long storylines were scrapped. On paper, this should have completely crippled the show, but with everything that went so wrong, Generations still pulls in millions of viewers, more than many newer shows ever will. So the real question isn't why generations declined, it's why millions never stopped watching. Generations is one.
Oh yeah, you're talking about before the great decline. Nah, listen, this is when they actually leveled up. Come on, let's be honest.
One of South Africa's longest running soap operas. It first aired in 1993 on SABC1, shortly after the country's first democratic elections. At the time, most TV content either centered around white families or portrayed black characters in limited, stereotypical roles.
Facts.
Mfundi Vundla, the show's creator, was deeply aware that South Africa's television did not yet reflect the lived realities, ambitions, and complexities of black South Africans.
Well, the films that were made inside South Africa, most of the films made inside South Africa were, you see, the industry in South
Bianca.
Africa was controlled by white people,
What's up?
White South African capital. And so the priority is white subjects. And
You good?
where there are African subjects, it's
Yeah, it's been a long
it's
time.
in the
for
area
real.
of blaxploitation movies.
Life.
Like
What can I say?
Africans, you know, being, the savage African, and there's the superstitious African, and but nothing really of substance as such.
And so we set the show in Johannesburg, centering it around the Moroka family who own a successful advertising company.
Gas.
It included ambition, rivalry, loyalty, romance, and even a bit of
Dude, this was so different, so unique, bruh. It was mind-blowing, man. At the time, it's like, huh? I can be different? Yo, that's crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. What you mean I haven't checked your DM? What you mean, bruh? Damn, I haven't checked my DMs in a while, actually, now that I think about it.
comedy. Airing 5 days a week, year in, year out, the show portrayed the characters' personal and professional struggles in a way that deeply connected with the audience.
Yeah, I just realized,
Come
like,
on, what can I
shit,
do?
Discord.
Nothing
Oh my
is working
days.
out.
When was the
owe
last
too
time
many
I even
people too
opened
much
it?
money.
Things getting a bit heavy?
Of course, damn it. My business. Remember, my dream is going under.
Hey, cool it. It's not my fault.
I'm sorry. But I can't keep it going much longer.
Unlike many soapies that reset characters quickly, Generations allowed consequences to last for years.
I wonder if Generations was like a... Yeah, that's actually kind of deep. You shared the idea? What you mean, Bianca?
This created emotional investments and generational storytelling, hence the name of the show. By the mid-2000s, its popularity had extended far beyond South Africa, and
True.
international superstars even made brief appearances on the show. Like Chris Brown's 2007
Yeah.
cameo.
We had fucking Chris Brown show up, bro. Fucking Chris Brown showed up, bro. Wait, you talking about that idea from our previous chat? Oh my days. I even forgot about that. Bruh. Life will kick you like everywhere, bruh. I'm talking about in the ass, on top of your head. Like, it will make you forget about everything else. But actually, where the hell is my Discord? Did I uninstall Discord? That's crazy. Why would I do that though? That doesn't even make sense. Oh, no. That doesn't make sense at all. Oh, it needs an update. Oh, that's probably why I haven't noticed anything. On my phone. Yeah, oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yo, this hot, man.
What?
You need to start taking this serious, bruh.
Nah,
I swear this moment right here shaped exactly who I would become as an African youngster. It turned me into something I don't even know what to call. A true African American. The real kind, twin.
Writing down some rhymes since.
Not that fake shit.
I told you about the accident.
I mean, yeah, he told me, but
I'm talking about blood Africa.
Your voice still work?
Yeah, but I feel so useless, man.
I mean, that's understandable, but
Bruh, Ajax certified himself as a real nigga just for talking to Chris Brown.
I was just writing down some rhymes since. I'm sure someone told you about the accident.
This was a time, bro. What a crazy time.
Your voice still work?
Yeah, but
Yo, Bianca, find me
I feel so
online.
useless, man.
I mean, that's understandable, but you gotta take it like Stevie Wonder. You know what I'm saying? When he was younger, he lost his sight, but he kept doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Or later on in 2013,
What
when
kind
Samuel
what kind of comparison is that?
L. Jackson gave us this iconic scene with Dineo.
Oh yeah, the Avengers thing.
Excuse me. Don't you think you've had enough?
Wait, what does Avengers
I've
have to
been
do
there
with this?
before. Believe me, it's not worth it.
Avengers is the meme, right?
Hey, man. Ubani wena? Ngiyamhlola madoda.
Or not.
Generations became a lot.
What the fuck? Oh my days. Oh my god. Whew. What the hell does Avengers gotta do with this? Oh my god. I'm just really excited.
Launchpad. The late Menzi Ngubane first appeared in 2003. He
Legend.
played the iconic role of Sbusiso Dlomo, also known as Ngamla, for over a decade, becoming one of the show's most notorious villains. His portrayal of Sbusiso Dlomo made him one of the show's standout stars, and he went on to star in several other TV dramas and films. Sophie Ndaba, who was part of the 1993 original
Legend.
cast, joined the show as Queen Sebobe and evolved throughout the year.
I've never seen someone so locked into a character, bro. I don't know who this woman is in real life. I'm convinced that character she played is exactly who she is in real life, bro. I'm pretty sure. Because there's no ways you're faking that, bro. There's no ways you're faking that, bro. You have to be born like that. Like, what? This woman is weird, bro. If she's faking that, she's weird, bro.
Years to later become the dramatic and authoritative Queen Moroka.
Why are you in such a mood today?
Because I am sick of everyone treating me like the skivvy around here. You like the rest of them. Queen do this, queen do that, and I jump.
This role cemented
Nah, she was too good at that. I don't believe it was fake.
her status as a leading actress in South African TV, and in 2003 she won a Dugu Dugu Award for Best Soap Actress.
Hold on, bro. What is that? What is that? Dugu Dugu? No, bro. Are we talking about Selima Tunzi now or something? So what? Selima Tunzi was giving out awards? Because that doesn't make sense, bro. He in manje Dugu Dugu. Huh? Dugu Dugu. I couldn't pictures. What does AI have to say about Dugu Dugu? Yes, the Dugu Dugu Awards were historically known as the People's Choice Awards for South African television and celebrity culture, hosted by SABC1. Oh, okay. The whole channel. Peak popularity. The awards were highly prominent in the early to mid 2000s, celebrating TV stars, musicians, and public figures. They featured unique and often humorous categories such as Best Comeback Kid, Most Stylish Actor, and Best TV Program. Oh, it's like the MTV Awards. Okay, that's kind of cool, bro. What happened to it? Where is it now? Because I haven't heard of this shit in my entire life. There's nothing about it. Okay, let me ask. Where is it now, Twin? Are no longer active. Standalone annual event after a long period of dominance in the early 2000s. The ceremony largely faded from the South African entertainment calendar. Damn. So there were no replacements, nothing like that, just Futek. Sure. Hi, this is the problem with South Africa, dog. I don't understand, like, what's the point of not taking media seriously when there's so much economy behind it? Now, what's happening is the internet is bypassing all of that potential economy. It's no longer being controlled by the country or kind of being utilized by the country, unless we're talking about stuff that has to do with the government. Maybe if Oscar Mabuyane is on TV talking about the Eastern Cape and what's going on in the Eastern Cape, then they taking advantage. And my thing is, like, there's so many other ways to do this though. I don't understand why y'all think that is the end all be all. I don't get it, bro. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Like I said, it's Madan, it's Chai. The internet is taking over, twin. We don't care anymore. Oh, my bad. But yeah, that's sad, man. There really isn't anything anymore, is there? If you're looking for an event called the Kudu Awards, nah, that's something else. There were brief attempts to revive the brand, most notably in 2015. Baby Joe said on my Toonsy fame. Oh, that name kind of sounds familiar. I know she's like a presenter, right, or something like that. Doesn't matter. But yeah, that's sad, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Wow, what a time. Think about it. So many dreams were built just through that time, through everything that happened in that era. And then when these dreamers, when they get there, I call phone call. Where's all the things? Where are the toys? The toys are gone, Baba. The toys are gone. Says Batala manje. What do you mean, San Batala? What about the legacy?
Connie Ferguson, who was also part of the original cast, played the role of Karabo Moroka. After leaving Generations, she co-founded Ferguson Films with her husband, Shona Ferguson, and produced hit shows like The Queen, which later rivaled Generations.
I'm not gonna lie, these two cooked, bruh. These two took everything and they ran with it. They adapted. They didn't get stuck in the past. They just adapted. They kept moving with the times. I don't know how they did it. Like, you need some sort of capital to keep doing that shit. You can't just do it just because. And if they were actors like everybody else was actors, what made them so different? What made them so able, to do what they did? It's so interesting. Whose money are we talking about here is what I'm essentially asking.
Generations. Generations broke records, and the telenovela even competed with primetime television globally. But despite their popularity and record-breaking numbers, the show was snubbed at multiple awards shows, which led to a major dispute between the awards organizers and the producers of the show in 2008. Generations withdrew themselves from SAFTA Awards, declining all nominations for the show and its cast. By the 2010s, Generations was typically drawing viewership from 7 million plus households, which when added up comes to an insane amount of people per episode. It didn't matter what you are watching. When the clock hit 8 p.m, everyone tuned into SABC1 for Generations. But during...
Not everyone. I mean... Van Riebeck. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
All their success, tension was building behind the scenes between the cast and the producers. And in 2013, it unloaded into a major clash.
Ask them, you, Patrick Shy, how much are you being paid by MMSV? You, Menzi, exactly. You say you are being paid peanuts? Tell me, how much are you being paid? That as a journalist, you should be asking that question. You know, interrogate it further. Don't take it at surface value. But from our side, we have given you the average that these people are getting paid 55,000 a month, and this
each. What? What? Wait. Wait, so we got it like that? You listen, I'm surprised, bro. I was expecting a way lower number, bro. 55K. Look, you can still say he robbed them, but that's a lot of money, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's not peanuts.
That year, several cast members walked off set over wages, contract lengths, and royalties. The actors felt they were underpaid, lacked decent contracts, and were not given access to royalties.
Oh, hell no, bro. 55K per month? Yo. As an actor, bro, you really need to stop being generous. Because, bro, what the fuck do you fucking mean? First of all, what that show was doing shouldn't have been possible. Unless I'm missing something about the times back then, about how you would get money as a channel, as someone like Mfundi Vundla. 55K is a lot of money, bro.
Or syndication payments for a show that generated such a significant amount of revenue. Actors who worked on Generations for 10 and even 20 years were still employed on 3 to 6 month contracts. And the scary part is that these contracts could be terminated or not renewed with little warning. The actors argue that this created constant job insecurity, made long-term financial planning impossible, and left them vulnerable if they got sick or injured.
If you're a performing artist, you're considered a risk by the banking system in this country. So, you don't get loans for houses, for car, and those are basic necessities.
On top of that, actors claimed that they did not receive medical aid, pension contributions, or basic employment benefits despite working full-time on a daily soap. This became a major issue after Mfundi Vundla's illness. After being hospitalized in the early 2010s, he was diagnosed with chronic kidney failure, a serious long-term illness that requires ongoing medical attention like regular dialysis, making rest and medical consistency crucial. But in 2011, after Mfundi's kidney condition worsened, he was hospitalized and stayed in hospital for 7 weeks. This was a substantial period away from set, and it effectively acted as a break from filming. But when he was discharged on a Friday, he claimed they already had a call sheet for work starting the following Monday.
Now discharged Helen Joseph, it was a Thursday. On Friday, I told the call sheet that I'm working on Monday. As weak as I was, 7 weeks engihlale esibhedlela azange isho nix. Into beyibalekile ukuthi mina ngiye lapha ngisebenze ngaye imali for bona, which is fine. I woke up on that Monday ngahamba ngayosebenza. As weak as I was, every now and again nakuthiwa stand by bekwa isitulo eceleni kwami ukuthi ngihlale esitulweni, nakwenziwa i-countdown fanele sisuswe isitulo bese ngiyama ngoba ngenza ising.
Damn.
I did 6 to 8 to 10 scenes a day, as weak as I was.
You see, the problem wasn't only that Menzi and the rest of Generations cast weren't medically covered by the show, but that the producers had little to no care for the actors' health and safety. And when the Generations cast were in conflict with the producers and SABC, Mfundi Vundla publicly stated that he had once covered an actor's medical bills in a private hospital, even further clarifying that he had paid out of his own pocket.
Well, duh. Like, think about it. But, bruh, yo, I don't know, bruh. Maybe it's just me, bruh, but as a crew member, that's a lot of money, bruh. Yo.
Although he kept it vague, not directly stating who that actor was, many interpreted this as him referring to me.
Not even as a cast member, bro, because that's surprising to me. Just as a crew guy. Just as a helping out with the sound. Maybe you the boom operator, or you were someone who's focus pulling. You know, maybe you helping out with the setup, you're a best boy, or, you know, whatever. I still don't feel like them niggas touch that much cash, bro. And they do way more work. Alright, then let's be real to it.
Zingobane, because he was the only person who fit that description, but he outright rejected those claims as false.
I had a friend engayifonela ukuthi ize izongilanda endlini, and that friend ubazi ifriend ebengiyazi wayifonela ukuthi ngiyolanda umenzi ngimusa esibhedlela. It was a Sunday, and nasifika esibhedlela kusho ukuthi le friend ayifonelile yami yathi kimi, okay, asimthathe simuse Breckenest. Yini it's a brain test. Nasifika brain test kwathola ukuthi mina angikho ku medical aid. And that friend of mine yakhipha i-check wathi joba ela umenzi ngicela nimtreat ngizosigna le check.
This became symbolic of the actors' broader complaints that long-serving performers on Generations were treated as freelancers without basic employment benefits, despite working full-time on a daily show. Another major grievance was that
that's everyone, bro. Don't they understand that that's everyone, dog? Everybody, bro. Everyone feeling that shit, dog. All except for the friends of the company, of course. That's different. That's different. But my nigga, everyone else is with you, bro.
the absence of residual payments. Residuals are additional payments actors receive when a TV show or film is re-aired on television, shown on cable networks, or even streamed on platforms like Netflix. A classic example are shows like The Office or Friends, whose actors still earn money from reruns decades later, because just like in music, an individual's art and skill continues to make money long after the release date. Generations was repeated, sold, and broadcasted widely, including across Africa and the Caribbean.
Come on, bro.
But actors received no additional compensation beyond their basic fees. This was especially painful for veteran actors who had helped build a show into what it was, but had nothing to show at the end of their careers. That's why in 2013, despite being graced with Samuel L. Jackson's presence, the cast were displeased and would later embark on a strike where they refused to return to set and film after Mfundi Vundla refused to see to the demands of better contracts, which included removing a clause that said he could write out any non-performing actor as he pleases. That was not their only demand, but certainly their most urgent. The actors did eventually return to work after an agreement was settled that stated MMSV Productions would give the actors 3-year contracts and resolve all the other underlying issues by March in 2014. However, when the new year came, that deadline passed without any response or update.
This is the beginning of the actual fight. Now we are going to be engaging.
It's a private company, bro. I'm pretty sure Buddy can do whatever the fuck he wants.
In more dialogues as to what needs to be done for the industry to become better, or also need to make sure that artists are protected.
Frustrated by the lack of progress, on the 11th of August, the actors resumed strike, refusing to work until their promised demands were at least negotiated. This strike quickly crippled production because Generations was filmed weeks ahead, and with the
I wonder what his net worth was like how much money he was actually making from this shit. Let me see, bruh. But like, also, what was his capacity again? Because I know him as the writer of the story. It sounds like he did way more than that. Producer is a siren. Okay, for Generations. Come on, bro. I can't see shit. It's dark. Yeah, but like, what was he doing on the show? Gosh. Mfundi Vundla is a legendary South African producer in creative Generations. Oh shit, time is running. Creator. I mean, what does that even mean, bro? He developed the original oh, okay. The writer. Vundla has been a key writer for many episodes. Okay. Director. Oh shit. Everything. It's all his. Wait, what? As the founder and chair of Marula Pictures, he manages the business and operational aspects of the show. Damn, bro, that sounds like... The actual ownership of the production lies with Vundla. Wow. That's crazy. Executive chairman. The sole shareholder. Bruh, no wonder this man was moving the way he was moving, bruh. I mean, you can't blame him, bruh. You can't blame him, bruh. Without a doubt, it's gonna cause some friction, but at the same time, it's like, dude, this is my shit. I built this shit from the ground up. I don't need you motherfuckers. I can get other motherfuckers. Well, obviously that's very, hey, are you sure about that one, Fundi? But that's his thought process. That's where he's going with it. He's like, hey, come on, bro. What are you talking about? Who are you even? I made you.
The cost withholding services, no new episodes could be shot. But then something strange happened. Instead of taking up the promise they made, the production company switched to threats. They issued an ultimatum, ordering all actors to return to work or face immediate dismissal. The cast were not fazed by the threats and stood firm. Weeks later, MMSV Productions, in consultation with the SABC, terminated the contracts of all 16 striking actors.
Dang.
The decision caused shockwaves because among those 16 were the nation's most beloved actors.
Bruh, he tried to warn them though. He warned them. Brother, I can do this. This is my shit. This is my shit. I made this. I will fire your ass. It's in the contract. I can get rid of you, buddy. Oh, you don't believe me? Oh, you don't believe me? Imagine, bro, you were making $50,000 a month in South Africa as a black actor. I think you have to be grateful.
Why do they fire Spusiso Dlome and all of them? They have the right to protest. Where must they go?
No. We are not going to watch. I'm speaking on behalf of South African people. We are not going to watch.
Following this decision, Mfundi Vundla addressed the salaries in a press conference where he angrily affirmed the average pay. He was quick to call out salaries, yet didn't address the more serious demands. Unions like COSATU and the Creative Workers Union criticized the firing and even called for a boycott of Generations until the actors were reinstated. They argued that the dispute was about fair labor practices, working hours and royalties, not unreasonable salary demands. But because many...
Oh yeah, I forgot about the royalties situation. That makes sense actually. Like, what was going on with the royalties thing? Like, how come there was no dialogue about that? I didn't hear Mfundi Vundla say anything about that. He could have at least given, a response to that.
South African actors were treated as independent contractors rather than employees. They were easily exploited because of their exclusion from the protection of the Labor Relations Act. After the firing, Generations entered a hiatus because there were no access to film new episodes, but the producers were at work, doing auditions and rewriting the storyline. SABC management and the fired actors reopened talks, with the Minister of Arts and Culture, Nathi Mthethwa, assisting in mediation efforts.
You think this nigga gives a fuck? This guy, before he passed on, R.I.P. But like, bro, come on, bro, look at this man. All he cares about is pussy in Italy, bro.
Although both sides expressed willingness to continue discussions, no agreement was reached, and on the 1st of December 2014, Generations returned to air under the new title, Generations The Legacy, with a largely fresh cast.
Well, where we find ourselves today is that after the departure of the 16 actors in August, we've had to reinvent Generations and our
Why did it always feel like it was about carrying on a story instead of starting fresh? I feel like if you just started fresh with everything, with the new characters as well, it would have been amazing. Holy shit. Almost like a completely new, I don't know how to explain, man. Just a new idea of the whole show. Not change the themes and what actually hooked the audience to begin with, but just who tells the stories, how they tell the story, where they tell the story. That shit would have been amazing.
And the path we decided on was...
Because it just felt like they were carrying on from something that didn't even exist. I don't know.
To go as a sequel, meaning that we hold on to the DNA of the old Generations through having two principal actors who participated in the initial Generations, that is Karabo Moroka and Dam Mukhale characters, coming back to star and lead the new path we have chosen.
This reboot marked a major turning point for the series. After the historic dispute, the producers put together all the ingredients for another successful run, even bringing back the most beloved on-screen couples. The rest of the cast were made up of new characters, but even those actors were seasoned, coming from other big acting roles. In contrast to public reaction, The Legacy recorded a high number of viewers in the first episode after the controversy. But as the days went by, the reality dawned upon the producers as numbers rapidly dropped. By the end of the first week, the show's average was closer to 5.9 million as audiences reacted to the new cast and storyline. Unfortunately, a few familiar faces and new camera angles were not enough to inspire enthusiasm from viewers. The first few weeks were rough, and it only got worse from there. Early in the new year, ratings dipped even more, with some episodes seeing around 3.9 million viewers. It slightly recovered over the next few months, but The Legacy was no longer drawing as consistently high figures as the original Generations had. And by mid-2015, it had lost the top spot to new competitor Uzalo. Set in KwaMashu and KwaZulu-Natal, the story centered around two distinct...
Bro, the season 1 of this shit was gas! Absolute gas. Like, you don't understand. They came through guns blazing. They weren't wasting time. They were like, hey, bruh, we see this opportunity and we're gonna take it. We're gonna grab it. We're gonna grab it. If we don't grab this shit, if you don't grab this shit, bruh, I'm gonna kill everyone here. I swear, they were just so locked in, bro.
Relatively different families after a hospital baby swapping incident. The Mdletshe family, who ran a church and tried to uphold strong moral values, and the Xulu family, who were involved in crime and operated a hijacking syndicate. Uzalo's timing couldn't have been better. It premiered in February 2015 and quickly grew its audience. There were moments of back and forths, for instance between May and June in 2016, where Generations briefly regained a slight edge. But Uzalo remained dominant overall through the mid to late 2010s. By 2017, Uzalo was regularly pulling over 9 million viewers, and in 2018, they set a new national TV record. They took the crown with 10.2 million viewers, and by the time the virus came around, Generations was...
Bro, that's one show, bro. Just think about that. One show. I'm not talking about an entire channel. I'm talking about one show at a specific time of the day in South Africa. I don't even know like a channel, a YouTube channel that can pull those numbers, bro.
Consistently second to Uzalo. Unfortunately, at the age of 56, Menzi Ngubane passed away from a stroke at his home in 2021. Mfundi Vundla, after hearing about the news, publicly paid tribute to Menzi, calling his death a devastating loss and praising his talent and professionalism in the entertainment industry. However, his tribute was not received well by the public, and this sparked mixed reactions on social media. People had not forgotten about 2014 and the alleged lies Mfundi told about covering Menzi's hospital bills. Over the more recent years,
so those were lies.
Generations has become background chatter. That doesn't mean the show has no value. It's still watched by around 4 million households every day. But for many viewers who still do watch the show, Generations just became a case of routine. Over decades.
In 2026. 4 million people are watching this shit still. What? Now that is surprising, twin. Wait. So who's even acting in this shit in 2026, bruh? What? Can't see the cast, but okay, the 1 minute thing, it's a 1 minute clip, should be fine.
What, do you regret it? Last night?
I mean, kinda. But not really. Jonga sikunye ngoku. Like really together. So deserve basonwabe in every way.
You don't have to complicate it, you know. When I do melaela gore paletse ke go itshwara because I'm so hot.
Kodwa yazi ubona Pastor Lawrence and his lifestyle compared to Pastor Matlala got me thinking.
Those two couldn't be more different.
Exactly. But they are still men of God. They are good men. Abako perfect, kodwa they are doing their best.
Alright, we kind of get it. Yeah, interesting. Interesting, twin. I wonder what her name is, her real name is. Lulu and Gamo. Let me see if I can just get the cast real quick. Nah, this is too interesting to me, bro. Who are these motherfuckers? It's been a while, man. Connie Ferguson. No way. You're lying, bro. What the hell are you talking about? In 2026. Dude, they don't even have the cast? So they still laundering money. Allegedly. I'm so confused, bro. Is this? Oh, I thought it was like Go Yanda. I'm like, yeah, since when? She kind of looks familiar. Holy shit, a minute. Twin. I know this hun, bro. I think it's her, bro. Look at the eyes, look at the lips. Guyana. Fuck, man. Did she block me? Nah. False alarm, chat. Yo, but it's close, hey? It's extremely close. I wish I could show you, but since it's not her, I can't show you. I mean, if it was her, I would definitely show you. But it's definitely not her. Anyways, let's finish this video.
Decades of watching the
I don't even know what we're talking about.
show, it became second nature to tune into SABC1 at 8 p.m. But gone are the days when Generations was must-see TV, and even uttering a word during an episode was sure to send you to bed early. Those were the times. I'm curious to know how you remember that era.
Facts. Yo, why is that so real, bruh? I swear you couldn't speak during that shit, bruh. Otherwise, you're la dog. Uyangcola, uyadiga. Unesicef. What do they say in Zulu? I don't know. Yo, fucking funny, man. Oh my gosh. But yeah, W Stream. Oh my days, probably the like I haven't enjoyed one like this in a while, bro. W Stream. W to what's brother's name again? Mike Ski. Go subscribe to that channel, man. W video for real. Like that brother keeps cooking with the South African media trivia.
Injustices on Generations.
I don't even know what to call it, bro. Wonder what he calls it. But yeah, this is awesome, bro. W content. I am out. I will see y'all potentially tomorrow. Peace.